We want to protect our families. We want to protect our money. Silver and gold will react very favorably over the coming 3 to 4 months when the American people realize inflation's not getting any better. I know exactly how the next 6 months are going to play out, how it's going to affect things like inflation, the economy, and our number one favorite subject, the price of gold and the price of silver. Has the threat of economic crisis and runaway inflation been dialed up in the last 24 hours? I think it has. We had this big powwow at the White House yesterday with Jerome Powell, Janet Yellen, President Biden. And what's the message we got afterwards? All we really heard was Biden saying, hey, inflation's not my problem. It's the Fed's responsibility, and I'm going to respect the independence of the Fed. Now, how stupid do they think we are? Like, that's all they talked about. Yeah, we're going to have this big meeting at the White House, and all we're going to do is discuss how this is your job to fix it, and we're going to leave you alone and let you fix it. The reality is the White House knows they can't fix inflation. It's a problem, a mathematical problem, a supply-demand problem that cannot be fixed. I mean, it's like the United States, we're like a college kid who racked up $40,000 in credit card debt when they were in college. They just graduated with a degree in religious studies, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to get out of this hole. Mathematically, it just does not work. Oh, and by the way, the strategy of trying to blame it on Putin, well, everybody called BS on that one. Remember the Putin price hike? Oh, this is Putin's fault. Yeah, well, and what about the ruble is rubble? Well, the currency markets have a different opinion on that one, Joe. Maybe you need to take some responsibility instead of trying to transfer all the responsibility onto Jerome Powell and the Fed. The White House, the politicians are part to blame, a big part to blame as well. Biden just threw Powell under the bus. I'm going to explain that to you and what it means for the price of precious metals as we move through the next 6 months. The first thing we learned from this message from the White House yesterday is that inflation is not getting better. If the White House thought that they were going to be able to control inflation in the coming 6 months to 1 year, the message would have been, we're working hand in hand with the Federal Reserve to get inflation under control, and we're confident that we can do so. No, what we got was a distancing from the Fed and a message that this is the Fed's responsibility. Again, they threw Powell under the bus. So now that Biden and the White House have distanced themselves from the Fed, given them full responsibility, this is their problem to deal with inflation. What's going to happen is over the coming 3 to 4 months, inflation is not going to get any better. Now think about the timing of that with the midterm elections in November. About 3 months from now, what's going to happen is Biden is going to fire Jerome Powell. Thank you for joining me in Ron's Basement. There is no Ron's Basement without you. So I appreciate you being here, the one and only. If you want to be kept up to date on my content that I release darn near every day, please subscribe to my channel. But more importantly, press the little bell icon so you get notified every day when I release a new video. The way YouTube works, if you don't press that bell icon, you may not know that I have a new video out. And I want you to come back here and join me in the basement. Biden is going to fire Jerome Powell from the head of the Federal Reserve. He's going to make it all his fault. He set the groundwork for that yesterday when he distanced himself from the Fed and the responsibility for dealing with inflation. So 3 months from now, when inflation is worse or not any better than it is right now, he can blame it all on the Federal Reserve, fire Jerome Powell, bring in his chosen child, Lyle Brainerd, to fix the issue. And at the same time, we're going to hear all these proposals from these politicians that want to get reelected that we need to have subsidies for the American people to help them cope with runaway food prices, runaway fuel prices, runaway housing prices. It's all done in an orchestrated puppet show, essentially, to help the Democrats in the upcoming midterm elections in November. You heard it here first. Watch how this plays out. I almost guarantee you I will be right. Silver and gold will react very favorably over the coming 3 to 4 months when the American people realize inflation's not getting any better. The average American right now realizes, yeah, we've got a real inflation problem, but 3 to 4 months from now, if it gets worse or if it doesn't improve, people are going to really start to realize, like, hey, my dollar is losing value. It is eroding. The stock market sucks. The real estate market sucks. Cryptocurrencies suck. What am I going to do? Well, there's this little shining star over in the corner named silver and his best friend gold, and they have maintained their value for thousands and thousands of years. And there could be a flood of money coming into the silver and gold sector, including the mining stocks. And this is a very, very small sector, which is vastly underinvested in right now. So just a little marginal trickle of money can have a major impact, double, triple, quadruple the amount of money in the sector, which can lead to significant price increases. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy in his basement applying common sense and some basic economic principles to the situation we have at hand. We want to protect our families. We want to protect our money. And I think right now, precious metals offer the most attractive avenue for providing that protection. And hey, if you look at the premiums people are paying to buy the actual physical metals, I must not be the only guy that thinks that way. I wish you all the best as we navigate these choppy waters ahead of us. I'll be with you every step of the way. Until next time, be well, and I'll look forward to seeing you again here in the basement where you, the one and only you, are always welcome. I know exactly how the next 6 months are going to play out, how it's going to affect things like inflation, the economy, and our number one favorite subject, the price of gold and the price of silver.